together. Yeah.
All right, Cody, whenever you're ready, we'll start this damn thing.
Live from the Lucas Oil Studios, it's Horsepower Hump Day. Because every NASCAR fan needs a push of the old bumper to get him over that hump.
Stop. Oh, my God.
Here's Kenny, Crash, Richie, and Cole. Let's get humping, boys.
Oh, Freak Nation, got to tell you, Will Power is out of a ride with Roger Penske. Or is he out of a ride? We do know, according to our friend Marshall Pruitt, who's going to be driving the new car for Roger Penske.
And it's not like it's a shocker.
Does it mean that Will Power is booted out of his seat? We'll get to that, Freak Nation. Also, Jeff Gluck, my man, Jordan Bianchi, love those guys, friends of mine. But god damn do I disagree with them. They want to cut down the road courses from... What did I see now, Richie? It's 4, right?
They said from 6 down to 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Mm-hmm. I thought Jeff said 2. He wants it back at the original 2.
Go ahead, Cole.
I thought Jeff did say 2.
Yeah, well, I looked back at the transcript. I know for sure Bianchi said 4.
Okay.
And you might be right. I think maybe Gluck said 2. It was a little hard to tell, though. So I was looking back at the transcript.
Right.
So. Anyway, they just want less. How about that?
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How many total races in the season?
There's 36 total.
Oh,
Current road courses
on.
take up 6. Mm-hmm. And according to Jordan Bianchi on the Teardown, he said that there will be at least one less road course on next year's schedule.
Yeah, it's called Mexico
City.
Yes. Oh, no, but San Diego's in. So.
Oh, right.
So, yeah.
Again, Freak Nation, thank you guys for being a part of this thing. We do it every Wednesday. And the big show is Sunday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific, right here on YouTube. But if you miss us, go to Racer Network. We're there for you Monday morning or Monday at noon, 12 p.m. Eastern and Pacific. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and, of course, Facebook, the website, speedfreaks.tv. Let's get into that, Freak Nation. Sunday night, I mentioned just kind of off the cuff that I bet you there's going to be an SVG rule that comes about. And then all of a sudden, I see our good friends Jeff Gluck and Jordan Bianchi bagging on what we saw Sunday afternoon at Watkins Glen. It's the shortest race of the year, right, Cole? The shortest points race of the year.
Time-wise.
Yep. Mm-hmm. 2 hours, what'd you name it, Richie?
2 hours, 10 minutes.
2 hours, and oh, man, it was awesome.
Perfection.
Mm-hmm. It was nice.
I'm glad you brought that up in our text thread because it felt, and I'm not making this up because I can't stand long races, it just felt strange. Like I wasn't ready to start getting ready for the show.
Yeah.
Right?
It was very early, yeah. I had so much time on my hands. I was like, what are we doing here? Take that any day of the week.
So good.
And something else that we missed, because according to some of the folks that follow us on Twitter, Bozzy brought up the fact that NBC was not covering some spectacular racing, some passing, or just behind the leaders. Richie, what was it that he was referring to at Watkins Glen?
Yeah, he shared a couple different onboard videos at points during the race of several different drivers, including Kyle Busch, where I believe it was near the end of stage 2, and he started, I believe it was, outside of the top 10. He was able to race his way back through and kind of get up to like 4th or 5th, around there somewhere. So there was passing opportunities on this track, and you were able to pass throughout the field. He also shared a video of the very last 10 laps of the race where it was Christopher Bell was able to race, or Christopher Bell, or
it was Bell.
Christopher Bell.
The battle for second.
I'm still high on cold medicine, so my memory is a little shot. But anyway, yeah, Christopher Bell was able to race his way back through, past a couple of guys, and get into second place at the end of the race. So there was passing opportunities, but NBC Sports, for whatever reason, just wasn't covering those like they should, and that is where people who are watching the race got short-sticked, I guess, to use that term.
Which then contributes to the voting in the weekly polls that Jeff Gluck does. Was this a good race? If you're not seeing passing, even though passing is happening, if you're not seeing it, you're not liking the product. So, yeah, that's just bizarre to me how low this race was in voting.
And one of the Amazon races, I don't remember if it's a road course or did Amazon have any road courses?
They had Mexico.
Mexico City.
Okay. Well, I was there, so I didn't see it. One of the races for Amazon that we discussed fervently was the fact that they were covering what was going on behind the leaders, and it was just badass. It kept you engaged with an oval freaking race, unlike what we saw with NBC on a road course when there's so many different twists and literally twists and turns and different lines these guys take. When you're focusing on a dude that's running away with it, what was it, 11 seconds?
11.1 seconds.
Yeah. I can get where it wasn't that thrilling, but that's what people have said to us about why they like oval racing. They say, watch mid-pack, watch behind the leaders. You'll see a lot of passion. No shit. Just show it to me. I can't be at all 36 races. When I'm at a racetrack, you're right. You can look at different areas of the racetrack and see some of that going on, but it's also up to the producer, the tech, the guy, the director calling the shots, man. Show me what's up in the back.
Yeah, the production truck needs to step up in instances like that. And when they don't, the overall product suffers.
And it's weird because, like, I do my green flag stats. This was the most green flag passes at Watkins Glen in the next-gen era. So there were a lot of passes, especially by this car's comparison, but they just didn't show it, which is weird for NBC standards because usually they're the ones showing the action, and you have Fox that's kind of lollygagging. So a little weird circumstance there.
Did he just say lollygagging?
He
Lollygagging.
did. Oh, I like that word, though.
Lollygagging.
But
can we call
but
it?
Fox used to not lollygag. Did Fox get too comfortable with NASCAR, and then they started their little laziness, allegedly? Why is NBC doing that now? Because that doesn't make any sense to me. Why would you ruin something that you had going so well?
Here's my one argument to that. I said this on the Sunday show. The only reason I had any interest in watching that race, or any road course for that matter, is to see how SVG does, how much he can dominate, who can beat him if they can beat him. So I think as much exposure on SVG, who is this insanely talented rookie, so skilled on this discipline, that's what you want to show to your viewers, hopefully new and old. But obviously you're sacrificing that entertainment value throughout the field, whether it be strategies or passing, which you got to have a good balance.
NASCAR is concerned, and we saw this, was it last week or week before last, where they want to try and get somewhat back to their roots and the fans back in the day. And this is a dilemma for NASCAR, and I'm going to tell you why. According to my very good friend, ChatGPT, first of all, I was quizzing. Cody, put yourself on the camera. All right, there's Cody over there in my mom's basement. So Cody and Richie, you two race each other Formula One, is that right?
Yes.
All right.
Periodically, yes.
Who kicks whose ass?
It's tied.
Bullshit.
Oh.
It is
bullshit.
Confirmed, Richie? Is that confirmed?
Yeah, we've only raced a couple of times, but I think we're 1-1.
Oh.
That's it.
Oh, literally only
Twice.
twice.
Yeah. Okay.
We were thinking this was in the 10, 15 range.
We don't get on too often.
Screw this poll, man. Well, regardless, it made me look up some things. And again, I trust these guys. I trust ChatGPT before I trust any freaking motorsport series.
Oh.
Damn.
Oh, ouch.
Hot take.
Because of spin?
Hello.
Okay.
Spin, sponsors, networks.
Yep, got it.
Do I need to remind you that Fox owns a third of IndyCar and Penske Entertainment? Okay. So I asked it simply, what type of racetrack, road courses, or ovals are more popular with sim racers? I didn't give any age group at all. Okay.
I would be really shocked that a 70-year-old was racing on sim, but go ahead.
Crasher, the stats that I saw, the racers, the demographics for racers for sim racing and iRacing are getting older. And they were talking about 55 plus going, holy shit.
Okay, 55 I can get, but 70? I don't know.
What does that matter? Anyway, here we go.
Yep.
When it comes to sim racing, road courses are generally more popular than ovals, especially on platforms like iRacing. iRacing's most popular tracks are all road courses, including venues like
Nürburgring.
Ring, Spa, Watkins Glen, and Bathurst. The road course version of Daytona, 24 Hours of Daytona, is currently the service's most participated special event of the year.
Oh, whoa.
Now, where the ovals come in, and I get this. This is where NASCAR is trying to put back some of their roots. Oval racing, popular, but more regional.
Okay,
Right?
explain. Regions.
Oval racing remains highly popular in North America, particularly in the U.S., where NASCAR and oval disciplines have deep cultural roots. iRacing offers strong oval support, complete with rolling starts, caution periods, and a robust AI. Okay, whatever the hell.
Okay,
man.
so these are all worldwide stats. I was expecting you to say, especially in the Southeast, but these are worldwide stats. Okay.
Yeah, but I would understand if again, Cole Cusimano hadn't seen an IndyCar race in person.
Well, I saw one at Phoenix,
Okay.
actually, back when they were here.
You
but
can't even remember who won, can you?
No way.
Okay, there you
Scott
go.
Dixon, maybe? Does that sound about right?
It's tough.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah?
my
Is that right?
goodness! No, it
no.
was Simon Pagano.
Oh,
I am
wow.
so
You're
baffled.
a boy, my guy. I'm sorry about that. That shows you my lack of IndyCar knowledge, especially back then. But
Okay,
no, my
you've
first
seen-
race covering was this year at Worldwide Technology
Okay, you've
Racing.
seen 2 IndyCar races. Okay?
Correct.
Crasher saw 2 IndyCar races before she was conceived.
I believe it.
That's very true. My egg knew what was going on.
And frankly, I didn't see an IndyCar race in person until early 2000s. So at the time I was late 30s, all right? Early 40s. So I understand that, but I wasn't. I always say my 2 motorsports I was raised on was motocross, supercross, and drag racing and flat track. But my point is this. Those that were raised on oval racing, I get it. I understand some of your takes on why you enjoy. Oh, you just watch ovals differently. And I understand that. I fully understand that.
That's your foundation, is basically what you're saying.
But from someone, and again, I'm the older group, for someone that I'll say for 25 years has been covering NASCAR and IndyCar, I'm more of a road course, street course. I just need a lot of contrast. I need turning. I need this and that and that. It'd be cool to have passing too. I get it. But with this oval racing, you just watch it differently. And that's why we said, was it last week, where the average age for a NASCAR fan on TV is 64 years old, because that's all they saw. Every now and then they might tune into Watkins Glen or Sonoma, or if you want to go way back in the day for those 70-plus-year-olds, and Riverside, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I understand that's what you gravitate towards. But if you want this shit to survive, man, you got to continue to supplant the ass bastards that are falling off the back of the stands with younger generations. And Cole Cusimano, dude, is hooked with IndyCar now. He saw his first race in St. Louis. He's hooked. It doesn't surpass NASCAR. I get that. But watching that race in person was just a different animal. Richie, seeing the Indy 500, watching those cars so close together, going so goddamn fast on the front stretch, you can't even describe it. Oval versus road course, but it's that series, that IndyCar series. You have no fenders. That, again, this is another rabbit hole, which still baffles me why that series is still not more popular. But I understand where the ovals come from. But you got to be careful. If you start cutting back this shit, there's going to be some. NASCAR has to grow. NASCAR has to freaking grow. Suck it up, Buttercup, and enjoy 2 hours and 10 minutes of Watkins Glen. Don't even get me started about the xenophobes that are hating on SVG. Don't even get me started on that. But if you want this series to grow, Skipjack, better suck it up, man. Jeff Gluck, Jordan Bianchi say they want less. Right now, it's a sixth of the series. A sixth of the series.
Hold on. Jordan did not say he wanted less. Jeff did.
Yeah, they both said they wanted less.
Yeah, they both said they wanted
Jordan
less.
said 4? Oh, I
said
thought he was
4.
sticking
Yep.
with 6. Okay. All right. But Kenny, you started that whole topic with why NASCAR feels they need to get back to their roots. So, but then you said by the end of it, they've really got to grow. They've got to adapt to the younger audience.
I said it's a dilemma for them.
Oh,
it's a huge dilemma of maintaining their base, maintaining their freaking base, but also bringing in new eyeballs. Mm-hmm. Interesting fact about SpeedFreaks, until social media really started kicking ass, our demographics were skewing older. It was we were typically targeting 25, 34, then 25, 54. And as the radio show and TV show started to progress.
We're talking the year 2000 till about 2006-ish?
No, I'm talking about when social media took freaking over.
No, right. I'm sorry, but you're talking our demographics when we first started skewed older. So that's like 2000 to 2006-ish. And then social media started to take
Initially, our demographics were younger. And then as we got older from like 2005 to, because when we were on ESPN and Speed Channel and NBC, whatever the hell else we were on, older generations are watching freaking TV at the time. But as we get into the 2000, what do they call them, 2010s? What do you say?
2010s.
2010s. And social media starts to take over. Our audience skews younger. And Richie can see it too. He can look on TikTok. He can look on Instagram. Facebook has even come down in demographics. What? Yeah. Our demographics are coming down, and I've done a deep dive on the demographics to put together for it's called a SpeedFreaks pitch deck, and you give this pitch deck to potential partners. And I've done a deep dive into our viewership, and it was a kick in the nuts. I'm not done yet, but our demographics may now be middle to mid 40s overall. What helps bring that down is TikTok and either Instagram or Twitter, one of those two. TikTok is bananas. It's crazy for our 18 to 34-year-old following.
My nieces and nephews follow us on TikTok.
It's awesome.
So there is that.
So we don't have that problem. We're still as irreverent and stupid and goofy as we've always been and cover the sports like we typically do, like fans in the freaking pits, bitching and moaning and slapping backs and drinking and so forth. We continue to do that. In fact, get a shot of Cody over there. Just put down his peace pipe. So we just that's how we roll. So I'm not worried about losing our audience. We'll continue to do our thing, Crasher. Yep. So that's my point. Is NASCAR? It's a hell of a dilemma. How do you? That's why they're looking at what they say. 13 effing agencies.
Yeah,
right.
It was like 20. Wasn't it like 20?
Yeah,
it was
a lot.
We're looking at 20 agencies that can help us with the push me. What was it in? Push me, pull me. They call it llama. Was it?
What?
Anyway.
But here's the deal. If you say, as social media took off in the 2010s, our audience for Speed Freaks noticeably went down in demographic age. Why is NASCAR's not? They have the exact same social media. Why are they not? They are still up. I don't get it.
Is that rhetorical?
No, I honestly,
Really?
They have the same social media. They've got great content on social media where you would think it would skew with younger audiences. Why isn't the trend following?
I think NASCAR social media has only gotten better within the last 2 years, if that. They've definitely been leaning more into the pop culture space and been hitting social media on Instagram and TikTok heavier.
What does a
So maybe we'll see it
64-year-old give a shit
correlate here.
about social media and NASCAR? They don't give a shit.
I don't think NASCAR clearly does care about the 64-year-old.
Well, NASCAR does. I'm talking about
their roots, but I'm just saying, you're asking why it's not skewing younger. I think it's going to start skewing younger, especially once this imminent playoff altercation happens here in the next 2-3 years, and maybe we bring the schedule. I don't know. We'll see.
So still not 2026?
No, not 2026. At least 2027. Yeah.
It's interesting.
Richie, when you can, get to some of these graphics. What the hell? Some of these chats that are coming up on YouTube. YouTube.
What are people saying?
Not a lot on the demographics thing. Yeah, just a couple things on some of the road course stuff. We have Ace saying, funny how there were only too many right turns once SVG showed up and started spanking them.
Boom.
Yep. There
Which
you
is
go.
true, which that's your SVG rule, right? I wanted to ask you about that because you brought it up on Sunday night, but you didn't really dive too deeply into it. When you say SVG rule, what exactly do you mean? What rule would NASCAR implement and you would call the SVG rule? Is it just that the number of road courses going down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what I've enjoyed about Jeff Gluck, I don't want to keep throwing Jeff and Bianchi under the bus because, again, love the guys. And I know what they've got to do. But at the same time, what's been so entertaining about following those guys is they're like Cole. They're the younger generation covering NASCAR and bring a younger vibe to it. That's why I thought, wow, less than 6 races, really? They were at Mexico. I mean, they were at Chicago. People are just, it's like, get over it, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have a take on this whole road course thing.
I hope so.
Oh,
do.
come on. Give
I
it to
do.
me, Cole.
I'll take all the heat
I
for
already
this
disagree.
one.
I already hate
I'll
it.
take all the heat for this. So I think with the current state of this car and this package for the road courses, there's just not enough entertainment value with this discipline, plain and simple. I don't want to go back to 2 races a year because that's completely regressive.
Yeah.
But NASCAR has said with the agencies they're bringing in that they want to go back to their roots. Roots to me in NASCAR are ovals and they're short tracks. The short track package is on the same level as the road courses, in my opinion. There's no watchability in that at all. So you're not going to get rid of the short tracks, being that as their roots of NASCAR. So the compromise here is to shorten your road course racing in the single seasons. I think 4 is a good number. You do 1 Sonoma, 1 Watkins Glen, 1 at COTA, and 1 street course. I say Sonoma because you want to stay on the West Coast.
Yes.
COTA's semi-West Coast. And then you'll have, obviously, San Diego this year, which is West Coast, obviously. But I just think there's not enough watchability or much entertainment in the road course program right now to say, let's have 6, let's have 7. So that's kind of my take on the whole situation.
But you're saying because it's the car.
It's the car. It's the car, exactly. And I don't mind seeing SVG go out there and dominate. I said he's what makes me want to watch these races.
You're not a xenophobe?
No, not at all. Not at all. So that's kind of my take as to why I think we'll get less road courses and we'll still see the short tracks remain and have some more 1.5 maybe because you're going back to your roots with the agencies.
Yeah, here's my question to you, Cole. I put this out on Twitter the other day when this was kind of in the conversation. And I said, I responded to Dirty Mo Media and Jeff Gluck when he said, should we go to less road courses? And I said no. And I asked the question, I said, why has it got to be road courses? Why is that the first thing people want to cut? Why is it road courses that come off the list first? And why is it never, ever, from any fans that go, we need less of going to these tracks more than once? We bring this up all the time on this show for the last many years.
We do.
Why do we go to Bristol twice? Why do we go to Martinsville twice? Why the hell do we go to Daytona twice? Why do we go to Talladega twice? Why do we need that?
Why do we go anywhere twice?
My solution to that is diversify your schedule, increase the number of road courses. From 6, go to 8, switch them in and out every year. We have so many great road courses on this across this country.
I agree.
Right? We have Portland, right? IndyCar was just in Portland. That track is cool because it's so. Watching the IndyCar race was like, damn, that track is so tiny.
We saw Xfinity race on there.
Yeah, exactly. There
That
was
was
no
sick.
margin for error on that course, right? Because track limits was a big discussion on Watkins Glen.
Right.
The runoff was crazy. You do the same thing in Portland, you're screwed. You're going, you're off into the tire barriers, right? Why
Road
not go
Atlanta,
to Portland?
Road America.
Road Atlanta,
yeah.
Road America,
Barber.
which was popular several years
Road
ago.
America would be, if my daughter's graduating from freaking college, I would still make that Road America to see those beasts on that track.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't the
Absolutely.
year that they were there because you wanted to be on a beach instead.
That was July 4th
The
weekend.
Road
They
America?
ran there. Yeah. They ran July 4th weekend there a couple years ago.
Tyler Reddick won.
Sebring,
That's right, he did.
Laguna Seca, right? All these great American road courses NASCAR could be going to, and instead we get to watch those shitty ass Gen 7 race cars go around Bristol 2 times a year to stands that are half full.
You're not wrong.
So my answer to that is that where are you going to go, like other than Kentucky or Chicagoland? There's not many ovals out there that NASCAR can go to on the circuit. And I think with the road courses in mind, like you guys mentioned earlier, like there's road course racing in IndyCar, F1, it's held such high regard. Well, oval racing is NASCAR. NASCAR racing is not road course racing. And I love road courses. I would love to go there. They put on some great shows in 2022 when the Gen 7 was first introduced.
Yes.
But the product has just gone down so bad that I feel like you can't justify going to more than 4, maybe 5 a year because the product is just that bad. So until the car changes, I think that's the hand you're dealt. You're going to have to go to races twice a year. Maybe,
Again, that's a cop-out, though, Cole, because you can't have it both ways. You can't say, oh, the product is so bad, let's get rid of the road courses, and say at the same time the product is bad, but we're gonna keep all these ovals.
Okay, no, well,
that doesn't make any sense, dude.
But the product's good on the 1.5s. It's good.
That's it.
That's pretty much it.
Sure
That's pretty much
shit
it.
isn't good at freaking Bristol, dude.
I have no disputes there.
Are you telling me?
But
Are
again,
you telling me Richmond this weekend?
No,
Nobody's gonna watch that race on a Saturday night. The Cup race this weekend got under 2 million viewers.
Mm-hmm.
People are flipping this crap off now, and they're not going to watch on Saturday night because you want to know why? They're going to be tuning in and watching preseason NFL instead. And I bet you the ratings for that are going to be 3 million people watching a bunch of four-string players show up at the line of scrimmage and watching NFL instead of watching Richmond. He's second to last race before the regular season is over.
I don't have any arguments
And
there.
you want more of that
Again,
garbage over something way more interesting and like any road course.
Let him finish, Cole. Let him finish.
I got you.
Good.
Again, my argument here: NASCAR has stated they want to go back to their roots. So that, therefore, more ovals. My solution to this, if we do have to implement more ovals or go back to places for a second time, do double headers or do a double header. Try it out. Because then you're somewhat condensing your season to, if you're not going to do any off weeks in there as well, that could be a new thing that drives up interest. And again, it just shortens the season, and I think it could be a decent thing to try out.
That's another thing we've said on this show. Why does it have to be 36 weeks? It doesn't. So you're right. If you want to go to an oval twice, make it a doubleheader weekend. Don't have it another weekend in 2 different seasons. Yeah, the teams would like more time off. I can guarantee you that. Media. The drivers would like more time off. Media would love more time off. But yeah, it's because I was going to ask you that. Does any track, in your opinion, deserve 2 dates?
I mean, yeah, there's a few. Obviously, money plays a factor. So Phoenix deserves 2 dates, in my opinion. Then you look at other...
because they're the championship race, right?
Well, yeah, but just they also put so much money into renovating the place, $182 million. You're not going to only go there once a year.
But has that been paid off now? Enough?
I'm sure it has.
No. I'm just saying they've had amazing crowds, both spring and fall. Now and they're starting to bring in concerts and whatever conventions and stuff.
They've still sold out like 7 straight races
They
there.
have.
And
They've proven it.
I've been to 16 tracks now on the circuit. It's up there, top 2.
Which one? What are we talking about now?
Phoenix. Phoenix. Right. Best fan experience on the circuit. I mean,
their infield is spectacular.
You could make the case for certain like camping venues like Pocono, which I know gets a lot of flack, but they had a doubleheader there once before. Michigan, Watkins Glen has a good camping crowd, so it kind of just depends. I got to go through the schedule here and see what deserves, what doesn't deserve a second date. But
you can't answer the question.
Not right now. No.
Can't answer the question. That's the problem, dude.
Phoenix.
Crasher, ask me. Because as long as especially if we just have 4 road courses next year, I want 2 Daytonas and 2 Talladegas, because it F's everybody up.
Oh,
it does.
Okay.
It just,
Safety aside.
No, I mean, because everybody going in there scared shitless. You've heard AJ talk about Talladega.
They're wild.
I want those races in there, only because you're not giving me any more road courses.
Okay.
It just I don't like average. I don't like calm. I like
chaos.
If you haven't figured it out, chaos in my life. Well, at least on camera. I hope my 11-year-old's not listening to me right now. I just like chaos. It's motorsports for sake.
There we go.
It is. And to this day, people talk about Formula One drivers, Supercross. There's not one freaking driver outside of Tony freaking Stewart that will come from any other series into a top fuel car.
Yeah.
Tony Stewart's balls, I'm surprised he hadn't gotten 75 women pregnant. His balls are so freaking big that happy bastard goes in, and he's contending for a championship. And Crasher, his what? His second year? His second full-time year?
Yes.
Good on you, Tony Stewart. He's the only guy. So Top Fuel can just kick everybody's ass. You try and drive a race car 330 miles an hour like Sean Reed did. Hit the wall and come out laughing about it, losing a freaking digit. That's more ovals. That's more ovals. SVG. I'm a xenophobe. Shut up. Keep a freaking Goodyear on the track at 330 miles an hour and go under 4 seconds. Well, that's not long enough. That gives you more time for you fat bastards to go get beer. So shut up about this. I have no idea where I was going.
Well, you went pretty far.
No.
Big balls.
Hey, why don't we...
Balls,
hey,
Tony.
Big balls.
This is confusing to me. Again, I am nowhere near a NASCAR snorkeler like Cole. Couldn't you just fix this issue without spending a substantial amount of money on a new car by Steve and Kennedy in France, all sitting down with Mr. Good and Mr. Year and saying, guys, you pay us a shit ton of money to be your official to be our official tire, but can you give us softer tires? Can you give us 3 tires to choose from at these courses? Because when we go to Bristol, we want these cats to have 2 out of 3 difficult tires that they've got to run.
Yep.
Doesn't this? Why? Why am I just sitting? Why?
Absolutely.
I'm the stupidest guy here on the set. So why aren't I?
Well, because then the 2 misters that you referenced with the tire manufacturer would need to say, we got you. We'll give you 3 different compounds, and you can have them for the entire season, but you got to get rid of your stages.
Sweet.
Do it. Well, stage breaks.
Stage breaks is what I should say. Stage breaks.
Keep the points, take the breaks out.
Because then it can come back to the mechanics, the crew chiefs actually playing a good game with each other. And, strategy would be so nice to watch.
That's one thing I love about IndyCar is the option tires. And I think we saw our best Phoenix race entertainment-wise this year because of the option tire
I agree.
availability. So
No shit.
You're onto something there.
We forgot about that. People were bitching and moaning about Phoenix. But the March,
Good race.
Alex Palou was, I think, maybe 10th or something of that nature for the last race. Tell me if I might be wrong here, Crasher. It might be the Adderall kicking in. But didn't he go into the pits later and get some softer tires and work his way up through the field with those softer tires?
Honestly, I'm not the one to ask. I was doing homework with our daughter.
true.
I had it on in the background.
I've just seen it numerous times where if they could show a graphic on Fox to where, they're following each other, but it just goes, the way their freaking car in IndyCar can catch up to another car that's on hard tires versus soft tires. And if you don't understand the difference between a soft tire and a hard tire, look it up. GPT will tell you exactly why they run these things.
It's essentially grip.
Yeah.
A softer tire is going to grip the track a heck of a lot better than a harder tire. Harder tire is going to give you a little bit looser conditions. So what's going to race better, especially left and right? Grip. But more down. Well, essentially, yeah.
With no power steering.
Still don't get that, but yeah.
And higher tire wear.
So why?
But yeah.
Isn't
then
that
the softer tires
isn't that a
wear
simple
down
fix,
faster.
man? Isn't that a simple fix?
Absolutely.
It
I'm sure it's
sure
expensive, but it's
seems
worth it. At this point, when you're losing this much entertainment value on these road courses, on the short tracks, you have fans complaining about it left and right, drivers complaining about it left and right. Freaking do it. Who cares what the money is? You're going to get more eyes, you're going to get more clicks, you're going to get more everything, so it's worth it in the long run.
Man, remember how drivers used to just rip on the tire manufacturer?
Yeah.
This would make them the hero. Maybe they could.
I think that's a half measure, and that's not going to work.
Option tires?
No, it's
With reducing stage breaks.
It's putting like I'm trying to think of the right phrase here. It's not putting lipstick on a pig, or putting a Band-Aid on an open wound. I don't know if it's that, but it's trying to find a fix that's not. It's when the problem is clear. And Denny Hamlin's been clear about it. Like everybody knows that it's horsepower, yes, but the bottom of the race car and the way it's designed, it's similar to what Formula One has now over the last several years with the ground effect, and it creates the way it creates downforce. They got to completely redo the floor of this race car.
I agree, Richie, but I'm talking about shorter ovals, Bristol, to where really downforce.
Well,
really? No. But yeah, Richmond, Talladega. I
mean, the
understand
best
Texas.
Bristol race that we saw was when the tires couldn't hang on for 30 laps.
Exactly.
And that was maybe some of the best short track racing we've seen during this generation of race car. So, but again, it is a short term fix.
Just try it.
And
just try it, please. Just give us something while you're working on a new car. Jesus.
Well, why did they try it at Phoenix? Are we not going to get anything out of it?
Well, that was just to test if that would be the primary tire for the championship race, which I believe it will be. But again, the option tire should be a
Strictly
thing.
for the championship race.
And on the topic of horsepower, Sawyer said it many times in Hauler Talk. It would be an easy fix. So why aren't we doing it? Why aren't we testing it out? It doesn't make any sense to me. And the fans, that's all they talk about is the horsepower. So, but I agree with Richie as well. Underbody is a big deal.
Yep. I'll give it to.
Because like, remember back to the Denny Hamlin brought this up too. Where like this version of the car is reaching car of tomorrow, like hatred.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do we? I don't think we
yeah.
have. Do we have any car of tomorrow wing cars back there? Do we? I don't think we have
I
any.
don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think we have.
Oh, nostalgia.
But yeah, it's like back in the day, people hated the way that race car looked because of that darn wing. I thought it looked cool.
Yep.
I loved it. It was so damn unique. But people bitched and bitched and bitched, and then they were able to kind of reimagine the car. And I think that was like the Gen 4 into Gen 5, and they basically got rid of the wing, and then that was the new version of the car. So I don't know why they can't come up with like a Gen 7.5 and just re-engineer the bottom of this race car for 2027. Year and a half to do that?
Are people going to be that patient next year?
I feel like that's plenty of time
Richie,
to figure this thing out.
That makes too much sense. Why would NASCAR do that? Come on.
And another thing that no one's talking about is Fox is all in on IndyCar. They're freaking all in, and don't leave it to me to tell them something differently. Maybe they know something different. Maybe the research
this is a really big right turn.
Well, I'm getting to the point of other people, not just fans, are sick of this freaking race car. Maybe Fox has an issue with the racing as well. It's like, Jesus, these guys aren't going. Okay, I'm trying to start some shit, Crash.
Okay, but NBC's doing it right now.
When Fox is covering IndyCar all season,
Got it.
they put their freaking full toolbox into this series.
Okay.
They put a promo out there talking about Joseph Newgarden and his sperm. That's all in, man. That is all in. They bought a third of Penske Entertainment. Right. They're trying to create some of the best broadcasting ever for IndyCar. Buxton, again, can make a dying horse sound like it's about to come to life and jump over the effing moon. So my point is this. Maybe it's not just us. Maybe it's other guys like Fox coming in going, you know, we need to get into the 21st century a little differently here and put a lot of our muscle behind IndyCar, because NASCAR sure is not cutting it with our prime demographics of folks that go out and buy the goddamn Slurpees, they'll go out and buy the Arby's, they'll go out and buy the Canes. 25-34, 25-44, NASCAR's not cutting it. Maybe IndyCar can. Oh, man, we threw so much at this freaking wall.
It was $7 billion. $7.7 billion is how much NBC, Fox, Amazon, and Warner Brothers Discovery paid for the rights to NASCAR. And so far, at least here in this part of the schedule, the ratings have been down. I brought this up, I think, last week, where I said there were like 12 consecutive races with under 3 million viewers.
Right.
This past race, I mentioned this earlier, 1.8 million viewers. That's it. That's it. For a race that was getting ready to close out your regular season. And I just, again, I brought this up earlier, but I want to give you the actual numbers behind it. Cole, how many people do you think tuned in to watch the Hall of Fame game for the National Football League preseason, Chargers and Detroit Lions?
Oh, my God. I mean, I don't know like an average number for an NFL game, but I would say at least 5 million. At least.
16 million.
No.
Crash?
Hall of Fame game?
Crash.
I think Cole's kind of nailed it in the 5 to 6, top 7 million range. Tops.
Crash is closest. 6.9 million people. Nice.
Wow.
Tuned in to watch third and fourth string players that you'll never see the rest of the season play meaningless football.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh, my gosh.
Granted, like, I think I'm comparing apples to oranges. Right?
But are you?
It's valid.
But are
Valid.
you? Because is that an entertaining game? Not necessarily.
No, I have
Whereas
no-
motorsports
Yeah.
is
Like,
entertaining.
I'd much rather watch NASCAR and road course than any preseason football.
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
For me,
Definitely.
and like,
Exactly.
and y'all know I'm not the biggest NASCAR fan in the world. Like I like IndyCar and Formula One better than NASCAR, but like it's the NFL, and the NFL is the elephant in the room, and it's
Yes.
like it's just ridiculous trying to compare, right? But like still, that gives you an idea of what we're dealing with here in terms of TV ratings, and that goes to Kenny's point, which is like at some point these TV partners are paying too much money to see their viewership drift away
Oh, yeah.
and drift down. Right, that's it was $7.7 billion between 2025 and 2031. So that's about $1 billion per year across these networks that they're paying for NASCAR rights.
Oh, my God.
And that number right there is why I kind of I like how IndyCar ends the season before NFL begins. I know it's a long off season, but like that's for a preseason game right there with 4-string players, like Richie was saying. So it's like I get that part of it. Kind of getting off topic there, but. Yeah.
No, it's not, because in essence, they are vying for our sports and our entertainment dollars and our sports and entertainment eyeballs. Right. And yeah, like you said, NASCAR is going to be up against this. NHRA is going to be up against this the entire fall.
Yeah.
So it's a valid point. I really don't think it's apples to oranges. It's sports in general.
NASCAR goes till I think week 7, week 8 of the NFL season. It's like almost halfway through. So it's like, I don't know. I don't see much like of a benefit to that. But we'll see what the numbers say.
So again, back to, hey, NASCAR, nobody needs more than one race, one event at your track. Shorten the season, and, I mean, you're still going to be back in February, for crying out loud. Yeah. You could be done in September.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, which will get more ratings? The Jets that are out of the playoffs
already
mid-season, their last game, their 17th game, will that get more ratings than the championship?
Yes.
Wow.
Probably. I think because fantasy football, that plays a big factor.
True.
And it's still NFL, but like the Jets.
Is there any way, can ChatGPT figure it out for you right now as I'm asking this question? What was the rating for the Jets' final game last year?
Oh, you know what's funny, actually? I think it was last year. It was last year. Last year, championship race, Jets played the Cardinals in Arizona. In Arizona.
That's right.
20, 25 minutes away. I knew because I wanted to go, obviously. Don't ask me why. But yeah, so that happened last year. Get that number up. I'm really curious now.
So they raced in the same city, or they've...
Like 20 minutes away.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah. And I think they're going to be home again for the championship, which...
the Cardinals?
Figure that one out, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Gotta
change some things.
Why are you giving me Bills in Miami?
Well, what was
Probably
that?
because ChatGPT doesn't give a shit about the Jets.
Not many,
it did, right?
Not many do.
I wasn't able to find a specific TV rating for the New York Jets Week 18 game of the 2024 season.
Oh.
A cool 10.
But here's the Bills and the Dolphins.
Okay, what were Bills Dolphins?
11.3. 21 million and change watching.
Oh, my God. So there's your answer right there.
Yeah.
Can I say one more thing, and then let's move on? Is Will Power going, or is he staying? The first time I saw a Cup race, it was the NASCAR Southwest Tour at Sonoma. Excuse me. The first time I saw a NASCAR Cup race on a road course was the NASCAR Southwest Tour at Sonoma, probably 2003, 2004. And this was just the Southwest Series. And I was in a position, and you could pull these pictures up online. I think it was Jeff Gordon, maybe Dale Earnhardt Jr., where when they hit those rumble strips and they're coming around a turn, and they're a foot and a half, 2 feet off the ground, and you're seeing that in person, that hooked me. And these were Southwest NASCAR cars. Then when the Cup Series hit, it's like, crap.
More power.
And then when I saw the Trans Am cars run at Long Beach Grand Prix or at, we saw them at Sebring. It's like these are beasts on road courses. And if you haven't seen it in person, if you see it in person and you're not hooked, lick me. Because it is a different animal. It's like watching drag racing live. It's just a different animal watching these beast Cup cars on a road course, and the way these guys can wheel that car. Mm-hmm. What SVG did with undulation of those turns, track limits, all of that. Dude put the beat down on those bastards. So,
again.
Yeah.
Again and again.
Go SVG, because clearly you're the road course ringer that the series does not want anymore, because you're so much better than they are.
I still love seeing
I
him,
saw
yeah.
a graphic a moment ago, and this is to put a cap on the NASCAR conversation real quick. Let me see if I can bring this up because I thought it was great. Most points scored in the last 10 races. Shane Van Gisbergen is tied for 10th with Christopher Bell.
Whoa. What? What?
Okay. Briscoe, Elliott, Busher, Bowman, Priest, Blaney, Hamlin, Reddick, Keselowski, SVG, Bell are the top 10 in the last 10 races.
Wow.
Who's not there, Cody?
Oh, stop it. Come on.
Kyle Larson's not there, but SVG is, baby. That only includes, I think there's only like the 4 road courses in the last 10 races. So haters gonna hate, man.
And ain'ters gonna ain't.
Quickly, Cole, we've got 2 more races before the playoffs are seeded. And you can run down with the list of the names that these are the 3 drivers that could still get in with points and not a win. Reddick, Bowman, and Buescher. Now, that being, and Priest maybe?
Ryan Priest, yes.
Okay. That being said, let's leave Busch, Gibbs, Allmendinger out of it. But with those 4, what's their average finish, Richmond and Daytona, then combined?
I've got a boatload of numbers here. Yeah, so
Well, I
Reddick,
said I want to be quick, though.
quick. Ugh. Okay, I have averages, obviously. So Bowman and Buescher have both won at Richmond already in their Cup careers. Priest has a best finish of 5th in the fall of 2023 with 4 starts total in that time. Bowman's average in the next gen at Richmond is 16.5, best finish of 8th 2 times. 3 straight finishes outside the top 15 as well.
Got it.
Chris Buescher, again, has won at Richmond back in fall of 2023. 3 top 10s, 12.7 average finish. So between those 2, you're looking at Chris Buescher, obviously, who's had a lot of speed as of late as well. Ryan Priest on short tracks in 2025 because he has not, had a very great career in terms of equipment in his Cup career. 3 top 15s this year, lowest finish of 20th, best finish of 5th, 11.8 average on the short tracks. So he has the best average finish this season on short tracks between those 3 drivers.
Which is, you're considering Richmond.
Richmond, yes, a short flat track. You want me to go into Daytona as well?
Quickly.
Which is tough because it's Daytona.
Yeah.
Daytona, Alex Bowman, 6th in the 500 this year. Best finish of 2nd in the next gen. 10.4 average finish in 7 starts.
No shit.
Chris Buescher, back-to-back top 10s at Daytona. A win in the summer of 2023 with a 12.3 average in 7 next-gen starts. And Ryan Priest, good numbers here. 7 DNFs in 11 total Daytona starts. In the 4 races that he did finish.
7 DNFs?
7 DNFs in 11 starts. 4 races he finished, though. Best finish of 4th, 3 top 10s. So in those 4 races he did finish, 10.1.
I'm still hearing Buescher's a guarantee into the playoffs, and Bowman might not.
I think
kind of what I'm hearing.
I don't know. I like Bowman's odds for this weekend for Daytona. He's just been rock steady all season. He actually has 1 less top 10 than the series lead this year with Christopher Bell and Kyle Larson. But Ryan Priest, don't sleep on him. Short track ace for this week. I wouldn't call him a lock for Daytona or anything, but
take out those 7 DNFs.
Yeah,
they're pretty well matched going to the next. That's badass.
Interesting. And me and Steven talked about this in the Money Stop. It would feel very invalid to have a playoffs in 2025 without Ryan Priest because that team has been just unbelievable this year. I think that they've been the most consistent and the strongest of the RFK bunch the entire season.
Brad Keselowski not included.
No. I mean, he's been great as of late. Well, as of late, he's been really good
for the season.
But season collectively, Ryan Priest has been by far and away the best driver in that stable, in my opinion.
Money Stop.
That's right.
Drops 7 o'clock Fridays on official SpeedFreaks on YouTube. Freak Nation. Cole Cusimano, Steven Cusimano.
If you laid your money right, you'd be a millionaire by now, thanks to Cole and Steven.
It's true.
It's very possible. Been hitting a lot this year.
Yeah.
Most successful season in 5 years.
Dude.
SpeedFreaks Mojo, bitch.
That's right. Ride the wave. Ride the Dente.
Man, there were so many things that we wanted to hit. Connor Daly. Do we have that video? Let's just play this real quick. So Connor Daly, Crasher, you can set. Well, that's right. You were doing homework.
I was doing homework.
Yeah, sorry. Connor Daly has had an issue. Well, several other drivers have in the IndyCar series with Rasmussen.
Okay, I could help to set this up if that's how you want to lead it in, because Rasmussen was very punchy at Portland. That's a T-shirt. Punchy at Portland this past weekend, and before he had this off with Connor Daly, he got in Colton Herta's way big time, and those 2 incidents combined, and then not having race control ever call anything on any of Christian Rasmussen's driving was just a little bit strange. But yes, that kind of sets it up. Rasmussen is not making friends. Does he have talent, though? I'm not going to say he's a talentless driver. I absolutely think that Rasmussen needs to reel himself in a little bit. I think he could be great for the series, but you just can't do some of these dumb moves that he's been doing. And this Connor Daly being one of them. It could have been much worse.
We certainly saw what happened down in turn 2.
So this is Daly putting the move on around the outside. Feels that Rasmussen just nudged him off the track there. And from this point on, the frustration in Connor Daly absolutely evident and absolutely warranted.
That wasn't a nudge, Will. He just drove him straight off. That was totally uncalled for, and we'll need to see that one a little bit earlier on if we can. It's tough to see how it started.
A horrible hit. It is so fortunate that Connor's
side of turn 10. Which then turns into the inside of 11. At some point, someone's got to give. And look, let's call a spade, guys. Rasmussen's not made a ton of friends this year in terms of some of the passing that he's pulled off.
Connor's ahead going in there, and it looked like Rasmussen took too much of the first apex trying to stubbornly defend. You saw a puff of dirt off the left side of Rasmussen's tires. It kind of jumped him up and in.
Yeah, you can protect yourself. You can you can't push yourself off with somebody else in an incident such as what we just saw there. I mean, he ran way too offline and made it seem intentional to try to piss off Connor. And we're just lucky that Connor only has bruises from that.
I hope it was intentional, because if that was his driving ability, not to know to give a little bit of space to a dude that's about 4 or 5 feet in front of you and ahead of you, a Connor Daly. And real quick, hey, that's a big-ass leg. Damn.
Leg.
Wow.
Gotta pay extra for that.
No joke. Hey-o. Connor Daly does not have a ride for next year. He's looking for sponsorship, and shit like this will drive you bananas as you're trying to accumulate enough money to go racing next year. Connor Daly has never had an awesome ride for multiple years. Right. It's been him clamoring for money to get rides. So for him to get dumped like this from Rasmussen, I understand the guy's frustration. Holy smokes.
And you could say that Connor's had one of his best seasons to date. I mean, he's had some really stellar finishes. And, yeah, this coming in the third to the last race, not so good.
Hey, did Will Power make it on Connor Daly's podcast?
I've been looking for it all day. I'm sure. Well, let's just do a little.
Yes, yeah.
Well, has it come out? Because
Will Power is out. I've seen some clips. I think I've seen the clips come out during the show today. So
so it must have once we started our show. Okay, because Kenny and I were not. Where's this freaking podcast going to drop? Because we knew Will was going to be on with Connor, and it's just not coming out. It's not coming out. It's not coming out. And we know that Will was not happy after his win with the media on Sunday. So it was just, there were a lot of things lining up that just started to make us question.
Including not getting return texts about Will Power coming on the Freak Nation. I'll be curious what is said in this Connor Daly podcast if there are questions that are asked from Connor Daly that we would ask.
Right.
Or a media person.
They're hard questions, but they are on everyone's mind. And none of these shows are done except for the fans. So you ask what the fans want to know.
Cody, do we have the Will Power soundbite still? I believe you said you kept those, right? Where's the one where he is truly frustrated? Do you have that one ready? The F-bomb. I think it's about proving. Okay. Will Power, after he wins Portland, you could just see in his face that it was not a dude. He was excited when he got out of the race car, but when he got in the press room, he was just grinding his teeth. He was still pissed. And now that Crasher shared some other insight, I understand why this guy's pissed. But let me show you this first from Will Power. This guy just won a race. His first race of the year.
And it's been a crap season for the entire team.
Yeah.
And so for a win to come with 3 to go in the season, you'd think, whoa, elation would take over. Yet it didn't.
Yeah, I mean, if you have to, I won 3 races last year. So if you're a team,
Stop it.
on me,
I screwed it up. Someone asked him about Will Power, this win. Does it solidify or prove that you deserve a ride next year with Roger Penske? Because the contract is up after the last race this year.
Yeah, I mean, if you have to, I won 3 races last year. So if you're a team, if you're waiting on me to know if I'm good enough, I don't know what you're thinking. Like, if you're actually waiting, it's like, yeah, is this guy? I'm not sure if this guy's good enough. Just go back to last year. You'll know.
Every one of those comments might as well have been Roger Penske, and now I get it. He was talking to Roger Penske right there. I don't know, maybe not specifically Roger Penske, but Roger Penske is the boss of Penske Entertainment.
And the new bosses, the new executive team that is there, because remember, they've had a turnover this year. A few people were fired in the month of June after the Indy 500.
And remember, the new bosses own a third of Penske Entertainment, and that's Fox Sports. Roger Penske cannot afford to F this up, because if there was ever a team of dominance that tripped over their D so many times this year and the year before, that's Roger freaking Penske. From political mess to shitty racing, you can't, to things coming out of the mouths of executives that make no sense, you can't screw this up. Will Power is such a popular driver. Such a popular driver. Fox doesn't want to screw this up either. They know they need Will Power. But right now, he does not have a ride next year. Joseph Newgarden does. Scott McLaughlin does. How many races have those guys won this year, Crasher?
Oh, yeah, that'd be 0.
Yeah.
Actually, who's won the most races in the past 4 years for Roger Penske and Team Penske? That would be Will Power. The only one to have a win this year. He's got more wins in the last 4 years, more wins, more titles. Let's just be honest. Are we doing 4 years? Yeah. More wins, more titles, more top 5s, more top 10s. Really? Really? He might be the old guy on the team. Okay. I don't think this guy is showing any signs of slowing down. You did the same thing for Helio Castroneves, and then remember what happened to him? Oh, he went on to be a 4-timer at the Indy 500. Your place of, you own that place now. So there's just, you're exactly right, Kenny. Roger cannot afford to screw this up. And hearing now, thanks to our buddy at Racer, Marshall Pruitt, that David Malukas has already been signed and sealed for the third seat at Roger Penske, at Team Penske. But what's going to happen now? Because can you get rid of Will Power with all of this this crazy upheaval by the fan base? Can you get rid of your winningest driver in the last 4 years, and you're going to replace him with a guy that has this many wins? Oh, and this many poles? Yeah, okay. Every single guy in the last couple of decades that Roger Penske has brought onto his team has come with wins and come with poles, and then get on a team like Team Penske and boom, flourished. You're going to replace your biggest producing driver now with someone who hasn't produced yet and expect that some great change is going to happen? Meanwhile, you're pissing off your fan base more than you have in the past 18 months even? Make it make sense.
When Crasher told me about this podcast with Marshall Pruitt, fantastic insider with IndyCar, great follow on Twitter, Instagram, has more insight than a lot of folks that cover IndyCar. When she told me that Marshall Pruitt was talking about Malukas, he's already signed with Penske. All of this makes...
Backing up just a bit, you saw the Gallagher paint scheme. That's a Penske sponsorship. You saw it on David Malukas in Portland. Everybody was already saying, clearly Malukas is the next guy. Right. But to know now that he is actually already signed, that's where it gets a little disappointing.
It's not out there. Penske has not said Dave Malukas is in a race car next year. Has not said it.
Right.
But according to Marshall Pruitt, it's done. Now, I understand where Will Power is coming from. Will Power can't get a goddamn answer from his boss, and Will Power can't seek another team until after the last race. Teamsters, where are you? Right? Come on. This is Marshall Pruitt elaborating more of what we're talking about, and a great follow, a great listen with his podcast, and he brings it up there at the end. When for Malukas and where for Power.
Let's say for whatever reason they decide to keep Will for one more year and he wants to stay. We know David Malukas is going to be driving that car. As I've said 1,000 times, he's signed to Penske. I know they like to present it otherwise, but right, we know he's going up. He's going to be driving for Team Penske. That is in the kid's immediate future. If that were to be 2027 instead of 2026, got it. It's 2026, got it. It's going to happen. If it's going to happen, the thing or just struggle here to find the thing that you go, aha, is timing, right?
Man, that press conference that takes on a whole different color with me, with Will Power. Yep. Everything he was saying, he was talking to Roger Penske. Yep. Everything he was saying. Do we have that question from the PR or one of the? Was it Nathan? Was it Nathan Brown that asked the question? Do we have everything in there, or was that the only one? Cody, that's the one. Okay, it's all right.
The Dirty Mo Media put out one clip from the interview with Will Power, and I'm going to paraphrase what he said. He essentially kind of went through the timeline a little bit of his contract negotiations. Okay. So he says in this clip that his last contract he negotiated with Tim Cindric.
Right.
Oh,
gone.
Man, crap.
Right? According to Will, the agreement at the time was, okay, we're going to talk about an extension at the end of 2024. Okay? That never happened, according to Will. They never came back to him.
Oh.
Again, paraphrasing. And he was like, oh, that's interesting.
So this entire season, he's apparently been racing with a little bit of a rage monkey on his shoulder.
From the clip I've seen, it's at Dirty Mo Media. You can go check it out. I'll retweet it at SpeedFreaks right now as well, so you can check it out. But that's my impression, is that especially once Tim Cindric got axed.
That was his liaison. That was it.
There was just never any intention on Penske to bring back Will.
And that's after winning 3 races last year. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah. 3 last year. Isn't he the only one to still have a pole for Team Penske this year? Got that at WWT. And now the only one with a win.
I'd feel so disrespected.
Without
if
question.
I were him, if I was given an option, I wouldn't even resign. I'd go somewhere else.
What? Yeah. Oh,
no way.
Shoot. I don't think we have that anymore. He did throw that little nugget out in the press conference after his win in Portland saying, well, what if it's my choice? Or he said something along those lines. I'm like, oh, well, that's a little interesting.
And he just sits back.
More power to him.
Yeah.
Pun intended. Unintentional.
So
yeah, I hope Will Power does go somewhere else next year. It, like Marshall Pruitt alluded to further on in his podcast, Ray Hall Letterman Lanigan really wants him. So at least he knows he has a spot. The problem there is
careful. They really want him.
They really want him. Okay. They really want him. And you know, Jay Fry would just make that happen too.
Oh God, I forgot about Jay Fry being there.
And you know, anytime the anti-Penske group over there.
Oh yeah.
But it's like, okay, that's fine. But can some different engineer come over there and make those cars a little bit better to give Will more wins, please? Because wherever Will goes, I want to see him go somewhere and kick some fucking ass. I just want to see Will win 5, 6, 7, 10 more times before the guy has to retire. Because he's fit. He's mentally 100% there. He's damn freaking good at what he does. He deserves a hell of a lot more wins.
And you know what, Crasher? And again, we don't take people's lives off the track into consideration when we're signing them to hundreds of thousands of dollars of contracts. But what Will Power has been through with his wife, and actually at birth of his child, if Cole Cusimano had a medical issue, I can't, and says, Kenny, I got to miss 2 months. Well, Cole, you're really important to the show, but you just take people's health and their life, their mental state into consideration, don't you, Roger? I'm not talking about some low-level janitor. I'm talking about one of the faces for your team. I'm low-level don't you? Real quick, Crasher, it's out there what Will Power went through with his wife.
Yes, with staph infections. And yeah, it was, I can't remember, was it 2 seasons ago? He even pulled out of the 24 Hours of Daytona as things were getting really serious. It's, yeah, it was rough.
She almost passed.
Really rough. Yep.
And do you just get so high up in your freaking turret that you just lose all sense of well-being, or not well-being, all sense of humanity, that you can't, come on, man. I don't know who was more excited with that win. Well, his wife. They showed her on camera, and I was more excited for her than I was Will, because knowing what she and Will and their family have gone through. Fox, do the right thing and make sure this dude has a ride. Shank would love it.
Oh,
Ray Hall would love it. Mm-hmm. And if he leaves Penske, I'm with you, Crash. I want his sponsor to be the biggest middle finger on that side pod.
Especially at Indy. Can you imagine if we could take his second Indy 500 and be like, yes, my old boss is home and I'm going to play in the basement all night.
This last 20 minutes might be why we may not get our willpower interview.
That's true. Wow.
And I'm sorry about that. We know his PR. We know all of Penske's PR people. They're very nice individuals. Sometimes they've got to protect their drivers. I get it. But if there's ever been a driver that's enjoyed coming on more than Will Power, I can't think of it. He would come in here and we wouldn't talk racing. He'd be in a freaking bear rug.
Right.
Talking about shaving his chest.
After his last championship, he was. He wrapped himself in that big brown bear rug, and he's like, hey, guys, what do you think of that? It was just cute.
I wonder what those xenophobes think about that.
Oh.
Yep. All right, Freak Nation, thank you guys for being a part of this. We do it every Sunday night as well, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, right here on Speed Freaks, the only radio, podcast, video, television show, wrap-up show on the planet for motorsports is right here with Speed Freaks. Nobody else does it for all of motorsports. No one. At Speed Freaks, at Official Speed Freaks on YouTube and the website, speedfreaks.tv. Late.